FBI Director Ray warns of Hamas copycat terror attacks in U.S. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Barakodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops, a great millstone that rule well. And peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren, teaching his word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the few Akwaf that subscribe as well. It's the brother Dama Agabar here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify and give you warning from Yahweh while Yahweh Shai. And as you can see, this is what these elites and what these upper level, so-called occultists and, powers that be call the revelation of the method. And this is something that we've been warning you Jakes about for years and years now, as concerning, the way that Esau operates and how the powers that be operate, and they let you know a lot of the things that they're going to do before they do it. Now, we can't give you a direct time and say, oh, on this day, at this time, at, this particular place, this is going to be done or things of that nature. But we know through prophecy and through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and learning how this man operates, that this is, a sign of things to come. And we know one of the ways that these devils plan on bringing in this new world order is by bringing a lot of chaos and confusion and fear, and this is why they've been allowing the borders to be opened up here so that they could bring in a lot of, sleeper cells, a lot of military age men from all around the earth that are brought and paid for and controlled and trained by this government to carry out these type of copycat attacks here in the United States, ultimately to bring chaos, to bring fear, and to bring in, this NWO. They can use a lot of these so-called planned terror attacks and chaos and controlled oppositions to ultimately pass unrighteous decrees to where they could bring in martial law. They can bring in certain presidential, what are those things called? They can basically, deem it a state of emergency and give the president particular powers to where he can take control over transportation, over electricity, over power, basically do away with the Constitution in order to bring in the order out of the chaos. So this guy, Ray, he warns of Hamas copycat terror attacks in USA, and now the average idiot, the average peon American who don't know any better, who don't know about how, these elites operate and how a lot of these things are not coincidences, but planned operations of these intelligent agencies, and ultimately to, gain more control and to take away more of the people's rights, with the hopes of safety and, bringing peace and safety to these people out here. And we know that, why he is saying this is because they have these things already set up. Like I said, the reason why the border is open and why they're allowing millions and millions of immigrants, undocumented individuals to come into this country is because they're going to use a lot of these a lot of these, so-called Hamas and terrorist groups and UN troops and Chinese troops, people coming in from all over the world that are brought and paid for, trained goons of the elite to command and to orchestrate a lot of these things, to bring in order, to bring in chaos, and to bring in martial law, and ultimately to bring in this new world order, man. So this is something that we've been warning about for many years. So, and this guy is coming out telling you to be prepared because these things might happen. No, these things are going to happen because they are ultimately orchestrating these different things. All right. And this is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. OK. And when you go to this word for devices, the word is noema. It says an evil purpose, that which thinks, the mind, thoughts or purposes, you see. And we know that the thoughts and purposes of these elites are not good. These things was cooked up and thought up long time ago of how they were going to destabilize and how they were going to do away with the Constitution and destroy the last free country, America, on this planet Earth, and to bring it into a totalitarian dictatorship type of society is by, bringing a lot of fear, a lot of chaos, letting a lot of these things happen to where everybody can be deemed a terrorist. Everybody can be on the terror list and terror watch so that they can come in and bring the order and bring in the military and foreign troops and lock everybody down, go door to door, confiscate weapons, and take away free speech, take away your constitutional rights to bear arms, to have, to say and to speak out and to report on events that are happening that are going against the mainstream media, so that they can literally just deem everybody a terrorist and get everybody to, be, controlled and have no rights, man. All right. This is what all this shit is about at the end of the day, man. It's an evil purpose. All right. It says, yeah, it's pretty much what it is, man. A wicked device, man. An evil purpose. All right. And a lot of these people that they're going to have coming in this country have been trained by the government, by these different alphabet organizations to come in and to do these things. All right. It says FBI Director Christopher Wray claimed that the FBI has seen an uptick of domestic threats and warned of Hamas-style terror attacks on U.S. soil, and this is all stemming from that whole situation that's happening over there in the Middle East and on the Gaza Strip. And they're going to use this terror threat of so-called Israelis and small hats. They're under attack. They're going to be threatened. They're going to be used, as part of this plan to deem everybody a terrorist and do away with your free speech, man. They're going to say, oh, it's an uptick in so-called small hats being attacked. Oh, people are going crazy. It's this, that, it's just division and, a lot of controlled opposition, man. It says, speaking at a gathering of police chiefs in San Diego on Saturday, Ray urged citizens to be vigilant of lone actors who may try to commit Hamas-style terror attacks in America in the wake of the Palestine terror group assaults on Israel. You see, that whole situation over there was set up to serve multiple purposes. Of course, they wanted to have an ethnic cleansing over there in the Gaza Strip. They wanted to give those small hats that land to get those people out of there. But also they're using this as an opportunity to create more fear and more so-called so-called situations to happen over here in the States. And now they have a boogeyman. Now they have somebody that they can blame, somebody that they can link it to. And now this can be a permanent staple here in America via all of these different migrants and immigrants coming into this country. This is going to be the new boogeyman, the whole terror attack and fear and lone actors. And, they're going to blame the man nobody's ever going to see, some ex-Hamas leader giving orders from all the way across the world to his goons and his affiliates here in the States to carry out these different type of things, man. And of course, they're going to, let them attack small hats. They're going to attack BLM. They're going to attack blacks and whites and Mexicans and this and that. So it's going to be a constant threat here to the American citizens, which is going to cause them to bring more and more, lockdowns and to bring in martial law and further turn this place into a lockdown state, man. It says, in this heightened environment, there's no questions we're seeing an increase in reported threats, and we've got to be on the lookout, especially for lone actors who may take inspiration from recent events to commit violence of their own, you see? So they're telling you, we got to look out for this because they know that this shit is going to happen because they're quarterbacking the whole shit, man. So you got to keep your head on the swivel, brothers. Make sure you stay prayed up. Make sure you just watching out because these devils are about to start allowing a lot of these different so-called situations to happen, man. A lot of these guys are on the payroll. A lot of these guys have been trained. A lot of these guys are sitting in different states and in different places around America, waiting to get the call, waiting to get the green light to perform particular things and carry out particular attacks so that, they can be justified in doing whatever they have to do. It says, and I encourage you to stay vigilant because as the first line of defense in protecting our communities, you're often the first to see the signs that someone may be mobilizing to violence. I also ask you to continue sharing any intelligence or observation you may have. You see, and this is going to be another way they're going to use this to attack particular talking points and people that have opinions outside of the mainstream narrative. They can come against, the brothers, the men of the Lord, the Hebrew Israelites, because once these attacks start happening, hey, they're going to be able to run down and lock down on a lot of you Israelite groups, especially you ones who have the logos, those of you who got 501c3 charters, those of you who have sold out and you're a linked organization to Esau's system. He's going to use the ADL and those different, groups to deem you all terrorists, and they'll have the ability to come and lock down and lock you up and do whatever they got to do, and any other so-called group that's speaking out against what the hell is happening. You see, this is all planned. This is all orchestrated, man. All right. They're going to create the problem. They're going to create the boogeyman. And then everybody else here that's deemed a person of interest can be grabbed up. It says, on our end, we're committed to doing the same. Together, we can safeguard our communities, he added. Ray's comments are a departure from the borough's settlement statement from October 9th that it does not have specific and credible intelligence indicating a threat to the United States, but calls by former Hamas leader Khalid Marshall for a global jihad against Israel and the West on Friday, October 13th. Yeah, this shit's all set up, man. All right, this is not some coincidence. And it just happened out of the blue. And like I said, this former Hamas leader is the goddamn boogeyman. You know, he can never be found. He can never be located, but he's going to be somewhere in the middle, somewhere in the world unknown, being a huge shot caller and telling these different terror groups to do this and to do that. And, oh, we don't know what's going on. We can't find him, but they're acting alone and all this other bullshit, man. So we're not ignorant to Satan devices, man. But we just see where things are going. And, you know, this devil is going to allow a lot of this type of shit to happen. And he has the people crossing the border here in America who are being trained and being brought and paid for to carry these things out, man. All right. And this is Ezekiel 21, verse 9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith Yahweh, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. You see? So we're not living in the time of happiness and mirth and joy and partying and BSing. Hey, this devil is about to carry out a lot of these agendas. You know, and a lot of this is being backed and it's being backed and it's being funded by the powers that be. You see, and they're going to use a lot of these different groups and sleeper cells to attack particular individuals and particular organizations, man. You know, shit, a lot of them are, you know, I wouldn't be surprised because he's going to have some of these migrants and some of these actors and goons going to be dressed in a Hebrew Israelite garment with fringes on and a beard, doing all type of wild shit, man. And then he's going to be able to point the blame on us and be able to be justified in coming down and rounding us up and attacking, you know. You see, and he's going to let a lot of these groups harm a lot of civilians. So don't be surprised if you might start seeing shit just blowing up and, you know, motherfuckers running in malls and in schools and in different places carrying out these different acts, man. You know, it says, and he have given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer, which is Esau, Edom. And all this shit is being backed and funded by this damn devil. So no matter how it is presented or how it looks, like I said, these devils are going to come in and try to play the hero. They're going to try to play as if they're coming to stop and to bring peace out of it and round up these lone actors, which these lone actors are, you know, their own stooges, man. So this man, that's why scriptures tell you that Esau is more, the serpent was more crafty than any beast of the field, man. And he has the media behind it. He has the money to do so, the television, the newspapers, and the propaganda to push and to make this shit look real. But you can't be duped and you can't be deceived by this damn devil, man. It says, cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people, and it shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon thy thigh, right? Because a lot of this is going to be directed at a lot of you jakes, man. A lot of you are going to be affected and harmed by these particular things. And, you know, and when Esau comes in like that flood, he's going to have to bring in martial law. He's going to bring in his troops. And a lot of it is going to be aimed and pointed at going into you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans neighborhoods, man. He's going to be grabbing you up, putting you in concentration camps, you know, kicking in your door, taking your weapons, taking your property, deeming you enemies of the state and doing whatever he's going to have to do to bring in this NWO, man. It says, because it is a trial. And what if the sword contemn even the rod? It shall be no more, saith the Lord Yahweh. Therefore, son of man, prophesy and smite thy hands together, and let the sword be doubled a third time, the sword of the slain. It is the sword of the great men that are slain, which entereth into their privy chambers. I have set the point of the sword against all their gates, and their heart may faint, and their ruins be multiplied. Ah, it is made bright, it is wrapped up for the slaughter, you see. And a lot of this is going to be done to a lot of our people as judgment from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for your lack of faith, for you being wicked, for you disregarding the prophets, you know, you being joined into this society. All right. A lot of this, and that sword is going to be aimed at a lot of you Jakes, man. But the point being is that, hey, we can't be ignorant. We know they're coming out and saying this is because they're about to let a lot of these type of things happen, because Esau is running out of time. Nobody is falling for the bullshit. Nobody is, going along with the agenda. So therefore, he's going to have to force the hand. And he's going to bring a lot of this chaos and confusion and perplexity in order to, scare you people enough to where you'll be begging for this man to do whatever he has to do to make things safe, to bring back peace and safety and some type of normalcy, man. So don't be ignorant. Hey, a lot of this shit is going to be orchestrated. A lot of it is being used to bring in this NWO, man. So with that, Lord willing, you were edified. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Until the next one, shalom.